I am a Star Wars fan. I don't know how many times I have watched the mesmerizing world that George Lucas created for us. But why Star Wars all of a sudden? Because in this world where power and secrecy dance a delicate ballet, there exists a gathering that mirrors the enigmatic and influential, and might I say dark, Sith Empire from the Star Wars universe. This assembly, known in hushed tones as the meeting of the world controllers, shares striking similarities with the Sith, a dark and formidable order from a galaxy far, far away. We will meet with the Siths of the modern times and their evil commander too. But before that, let me welcome you to the Atul Mishra Show, part podcast and part sermon. Well, it took me some time and a lot of efforts to get this episode out. After my last video was a commercial failure, although it was a critical hit, but I was sad and broken, but I'm fine now. Okay, so the Sith Order. The Sith, an order of force sensitive beings in Star Wars, are renowned for their centralized power and authoritarian rule. They are led by figures of immense power, dictating the fate of countless systems. Similarly, this new thingy, the modern spin off, let's call it the meeting of the world controllers, a term evoking images of shadowy figures manipulating global events, is convergence of the planet's most influential people. Yet decisions are made that resonate through the corridors of global power, much like the centralized authority of the Sith. The Siths are known for their secretive meetings and manipulative strategies, a trait mirrored in the meeting of the world controllers. Held behind closed doors, this assembly charts courses affecting billions of people. Using fear as a tool for control is a hallmark of the Sith, a tactic that is emulated by the meeting of the world controllers. Fear mongering, often linked with global crisis, is seen as a method to maintain influence, reflecting, of course, the way the Sith instill fear to dominate entire star systems. The Sith Order is an elite and exclusive group mirrored in the meeting of the world controllers, where only the elite, including bankers, CEOs, and world leaders, participate. Both are the gatherings of the few who hold sway over the many. Leaders within the Sith Empire are controversial and malevolent. This portrayal finds its echo, of course, in the meeting of the world controllers, where certain attendees are viewed as having questionable global impacts, much like the dark leadership of the Sith. Ambitions of the Sith for galactic domination are mirrored in the goals of the meeting of the world controllers, where discussions about a so called one world order or global governance take place, echoing the grand designs of the Sith Empire. The Sith's manipulation of conflicts for personal gain finds parallels in accusations against some attendees of the meeting of the world controllers, like a certain president just lost a war for their roles in ongoing international conflicts. The Sith's use of advanced technology for control is reflected in contemporary concerns about artificial intelligence, digitization, and surveillance technologies discussed at the meeting of the world controllers, resonating with, of course, the Sith's use of technology to dominate. Then, of course, there is moral and ethical ambiguity. The actions of the Siths often fall into a moral gray area, a trait mirrored in the ethical questions surrounding the actions and intentions of the participants of the meeting of the world controllers. Both operate in realms where right and wrong blur, leading to widespread debate and suspicion about their true intentions. But just like Star Wars, there is resistance and rebellion. In Star Wars, the Rebel Alliance stands against the Sith Empire, a narrative that suggests a form of resistance or opposition to the alleged agendas of the meeting of the world controllers and its participants. Just as the rebels fight against the oppressive rule of the Sith, there exists an opposition to the meeting of the world controllers. They are us. We are the defenders of freedom and autonomy against global manipulation. By now, it must be clear that the Sith Empire of the modern times, that I dubbed as meeting of the world controllers, is, of course, the World Economic Forum. Just like the Sith, it operates from the shadows, influencing and shaping the course of our world. They have all the power and absolutely no accountability. The 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, WEF, stands as a symbol of authority and influence akin to the gathering of the Sith in the Star Wars universe. Held in Davos from 15th to 19th of January, this meeting saw over 60 heads of state, corporate CEOs, and other dignitaries converge. An event reminiscent of a gathering of the Galactic Senate, but with far more clandestine undertones. The WEF is a globalist cartel, an unelected conclave attempting to shape the world's future. The elite nature of the meeting is underscored by the attendance of financial titans like BlackRock, Blackstone, and JP Morgan Chase. These fancy suited men cry rivers promoting the climate change agenda, but tell them to stop using their private jets. They will choke your gullet with dollar bills. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is a star attraction this time. Imagine, the man was a joker a few years back, and now he is the star attraction at a globalist conclave. What is Zelensky if not a de facto murderer who led countless Ukrainian soldiers into sure deaths and refused peace negotiations with Russia? Popular perception paints Putin as the aggressor. CNN calls it Putin's invasion. BBC calls it Putin's war. But one glance at the events leading up to the war would make it absolutely clear, even to the most apolitical people, that Putin was the very picture of calm and patience. But Biden's placing Zelensky was bringing NATO to its door. So naturally, the Russian bear pounced and tore the Ukrainian joker a pretty big new one. Then there are figures like Bill Gates and Dr. Tedros, who promote depopulation. Well, Mao Zedong of China was the first real figurehead of depopulation agenda when he forced one-child policy in China. For decades, China saw female infanticide, broken family systems, and it led to over-pampered little emperors. Gen X and Gen Z idiots masturbate more and talk less. I'm not spewing hatred here. Them just cold facts, bro. The WEF's 2024 motto, Rebuilding Trust, is ironic, indicative of a loss of trust in the organization and its agenda. This mirrors the declining trust in governments across the world. Not in my country. Narendra Modi is awesome. Also, Putin is awesome. And the 47th President of the United States of America is awesome too. WEF's idea of achieving peace through non military participation, suggesting world peace could be achieved if people refuse military service, is not pacifist. No, sir. It is militaristic to the core. It's like no country is safe, hence, every country is safe. WEF's alleged goal of a one world order is as unrealistic as the empire's goal of galactic domination was a doomed endeavor. Any organization cannot have a chief till eternity. Emperor Palpatine was, of course, the Sith chief since and till time immemorial, and WEF's unchanging chief Klaus Schwab gives very strong Emperor Palpatine vibes. He has an unchanging agenda as well. Future fear tactics speculated to be planned by the WEF following the COVID 19 pandemic bring to mind the strategies used by the Sith Empire to maintain control through fear and uncertainty. Discussions about the 2024 US elections and the introduction of a new deadlier disease, Disease X, further add to the aura of manipulation and control associated with them. The WEF has plans to empower the WHO as a global health dictator through new international health regulations is nothing but a step towards centralizing power. The advancement of AI, digitization, and the imposition of digital IDs linked to bank accounts or central bank digital currencies or the CBDCs are tools for maintaining control as well. The potential cyber attack simulation conducted by the World Economic Forum with its catastrophic implications is just like the destructive capabilities of the Death Star, a weapon of fear and control in the Star Wars universe. WEF's stakeholder capitalism wishes to transform global capitalism, making corporations societal custodians, a world run by companies. WEF's Global Redesign Initiative envisioned a world where governments are just one stakeholder among many, reducing their arbitrating power. WEF's multi stakeholder partnerships influence how food systems are organized, the governance of big tech, and the distribution of medicines, potentially impacting democratic accountability. WEF wants you to believe that you can be happy even if you have no money. Of course, stupid tax-paying citizens like us do not need money when we can be simply made to feel happy. So, dear Jedis, take out your lightsabers and protect what is yours, because if you do not, they won't leave a real world for your kids. And that's a wrap on this episode. Hope you liked the episode. Please leave a comment in the comment section. We'll love your feedback. Take care, and I love you all. Thank you.